Hi there. People often ask, are there such things as long-term payday loans? Unfortunately, the answer is no. It'd be a fairly short video if I didn't expand on that, and I'll give you some options. The reason predominantly is that a payday loan is specifically a short-term loan designed for the next 2 or 3 weeks up until predominantly your next payday. And they really are not designed for anything longer than that. And the reason being is that quite simply they're very, very expensive. So if you roll a payday loan on to next month, the month after that, or keep taking the payday loans out, this could become extremely expensive for you, and it's really not viable. And there's so many better options out there for you, even if you do have a bad credit rating in terms of getting money and getting a loan. Okay, so I'll go through a couple of options, for a longer term lending if you do have a bad credit rating. My option one, hopefully this won't make you wince when I say this, well, maybe you haven't even thought about it, but my option one is friends or family. Borrowing money off a friend or family can be significantly, and is often by far the cheapest way of borrowing money compared with other types of commercially available loans. Much cheaper. And whilst you may immediately think, how do I do this, or will it be too embarrassing, or how do I ask, or my friends or family won't have the money. I appreciate there's probably lots of negative things that may go through your mind, and I only say this because I've had to go through the process of borrowing money off friends and family in the past. But when you compare that with some of, there are more, it's just going to be a lot better value for you than some of it's a lot cheaper for you than some of the other options. So if you're going to approach a friend or a family member for a loan, I'd think about it beforehand. So how much do you want to borrow? What do you need the money for? If you're just going to buy it, for some designer clothes, I doubt if they'll be too receptive. But as long as you make it clear, what you want the money for. Maybe it's repairing a car, or your boiler's broken, or something else has happened. So there's a real reason why you need to borrow that money. Then clearly lay down your repayments, how much you can afford to pay back, whether it be per week or per month. Obviously make sure yourself that you're very, very comfortable that you can make those repayments, because obviously the last thing you want, especially if it's a friend or family member, is to cause embarrassment by not making those payments back. And I would also offer them some form of interest, i.e. additional money on top, just for lending them the money, their money in the first place. It's up to you how much you do. It doesn't have to be an awful lot, but I think some form of recognition for the fact that they've lent you the money is no bad thing. They can always turn it down if you offer. But if you think about it beforehand, and also if in the back of your mind you sort of almost expect that they're going to say no, and therefore you don't look too disappointed if they do say no, then it doesn't really cause anyone too much embarrassment. But it's always worth considering borrowing money off of friends and family. Option two, if you have a friend or family member who's willing to, let's say, back up your loan application, but either doesn't want to lend you the money or doesn't have the money to lend you, there are types of personal loans out there where a friend or family member can be your guarantor. So as long as they have a good credit rating, they can be the backer for your loan application, and this type of loan can be significantly cheaper than a payday loan. And also you can get loans of this type up to 5 years. We offer a full range of these types of loans, from £50 short-term loans where you have a guarantor up to £500, and they're typically up for a month. And then we have our longer-term loans, which are £500 up to £10,000, and you can borrow these for a year up to 5 years. So this type of loan offers very good value lending. It possibly won't offer that same sort of level of sort of personal issue if you're, compared with borrowing from a friend or family member. And if you'd like to see how much this will cost you, if you go to our loan calculator at the bottom of the page, you can put in how much you want to borrow, over how long for. One simple application will go out to our panel of lenders, and you'll then start to get a number of loan offers through to you, which gives you a range and a choice of loans to go for.